Hello, hello, hello. Welcome into Lost in Our 40s. I'm Shiro, your host. Music by Atemi Oyungu. And Happy New Year! Happy New Year. Welcome in. Today is the 1st of January, 2025. And I thought I'll join you in the gym. Why not? So I'm on the treadmill and I thought let's have a conversation while on it. So great to see you, great to have you here. Today we are talking about something interesting. Today we are talking about alcohol. Ding, 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 ding. I think I'm the only person who's entertained by that, but it's okay. I am entertained. So I was reading a book. The book is called A Girl Walks Out of a Bar by Lisa Smith. And it's a memoir. It's a memoir by Lisa. Oh, I'm already tired. I promise I'm better at this. I promise I'm better at the treadmill and all. But anyway, Lisa Smith, a memoir. It's the story about how she got into rehab. So she's a young girl she's a lady who was working as a lawyer, high-flying job, generally a normal life to a larger extent, one would think. But then she found herself slowly slipping into alcohol. What's the word? When you can't make do without it. She was drinking way too much. And then beyond that, she started taking cocaine. So then she became a real addict. And it reached a point where she was a functioning alcoholic, but it reached a point where she couldn't get out of bed in the morning without having something to drink. Her whole system was almost just shutting down. She was throwing up blood, that kind of thing. So she became really affected, and then she told herself. At some point, she told herself that she can't continue this way. If she continues this way, she's going to die. So she checked herself into a rehab center. So where she was taken through the process of detoxifying her body. And it was quite the process for her. It was excruciating and painful. And more than that, she then had to start living the life without the substance that she had been completely tied to for 20 years, 10 or 20 years. And she had to tell her family. She had to tell her friends. I don't think she told her coworkers, but that would have been something as well. And just start living life differently. And I thought that takes so much courage. It takes so much, not necessarily, I don't know, it takes so much. It takes a decision. It takes the decision to say that this is not the life I want to live. She actually thought that she was going to die, to the extent that she stopped paying for, I think you call it 401k in the US. So like the pension payments, the amounts that would take care of you in retirement. So she stopped paying for that. Okay, so maybe you listen and you wonder, what does that have to do with you? Why are we talking about this? I found a lot of points of recognition, points in things that she was saying that I recognized. And I realized that this is a topic we don't really get much into, especially for women. Especially for women, that the issue of over-drinking, drinking too much, and recognizing the point when it becomes a problem. So being a lawyer myself, I do have the background of, I had quite the party lifestyle when I was younger. And it was something that was taken for granted in my society anyway, that you'd drink after work, waiting for the traffic to go. It still happens now. Because the traffic is so heavy, then instead of heading back home, you spend a little time at a bar, you have a couple of drinks, and then you head on off. And it's a common enough thing to do, but then the question is just that. At what point does it become too much? Is the holiday pastime? And here I think I have a bit of an emphasis on Kenya. I don't know about the rest of the countries as much. But I do feel that in Kenya we do have this culture where drinking is entertainment. You drink for fun. When you have some loose time, you meet at the bar, and that's what you do. And I'm tying it in now because I think we do have some kind of attention to drinking problems with men that we see a couple of times in the media. But we don't really look at it in terms of women and functioning people, even, not even just women. Let me broaden that spectrum. Functioning people. So if you're drinking every day, say, even just a couple of beers, the question is, what is that taking away from you? The drinking we've taken as entertainment, but that entertainment makes you fade a little bit. You're not your full self when you're drinking. In terms of, that's it. The alcohol suspends your ability to engage fully with yourself. You're not fully there, is what I mean. And that's a drunk buzz, the drunk fuzzy feeling. That's the effect of alcohol. And then the question is, why run away from you? Why engage with the alcohol to disengage with yourself? And that's the conversation we have about the importance of being there. The importance of being there, because if you're not there, you're not living your life. Your life is just being lived on autopilot. And it's very easy to do that in our society because we have so many things to distract us. We're distracted by work, we're distracted by the media, by our phones, by just the things that are happening around us. So having this time to just sit and engage, be actually there, be in your body, being there and feeling what's going on around you, alcohol takes that away. And if it's a lifestyle that we fall into, much as Lisa did, without necessarily recognizing it as a pitfall, we might end up with many years of disengagement that we are not aware of. So we are just watching our life pass us by. And this leads to some kind of disgruntlement. Because if you're not there, you don't really enjoy it. You're not enjoying your life. Because you don't feel anything. You're not engaged in anything. You're a passenger. You're a passenger in your body watching things happen. And this can lead to unhappiness. So, and I don't mean in terms of being an alcoholic. Being the alcoholic, I learned from the book that that's a genetic predisposition. So not everyone will be alcoholic. And alcoholism is a disease. This is the people who are alcoholic cannot drink because it's just a complete downward spiral. It's not an issue of having one or two and walking away. It's not an issue of being able to stay away from alcohol for some set period of time. It's just something that for them they must always engage in. But in this conversation, I'm not so much looking at the alcoholics, but at the people who are drinking a little too much. And what is too much is absolutely up to, you to consider, to look at what it is that you're consuming and consider whether or not it's too much. So with Lisa, she had to almost die. I don't think that's the case for all of us. And what is too much is dependent from person to person. Different people, can consume alcohol in different ways. So the question is not so much what I'm drinking in comparison to other people, but whether my drinking is taking me away from myself. If I am using it as a path away from me, a path away from life, because I'm finding life boring or too difficult or strenuous, and the alcohol is there to remove the strain, in quotes, because what the alcohol is there to do is actually to mask whatever it is that's going on. And yet facing whatever it is that's going on in your life is living. Facing the boredom, because if you're bored, then that can be the pathway to creativity. You might find something to engage with. You might create something new and beautiful and present this to the world, and that can be your gift to the world. Yeah. So this as an invitation as always, an invitation to look at how you're engaging with alcohol and what it is and how it is affecting you. And a good way to look at it is actually the day after, the hangover day. So for me, the hangover days always used to feel like such a waste because I feel so lethargic, unable to do anything, unable to move around. And I'd have so many of those. I'd have so many of those, and then came to think that that's just what Saturday mornings are. But why? Why do I have to not have energy on Saturday mornings? What if instead of engaging with life that way, I chose me. Because then the other thing I started asking myself is all the nighttime drinking, the Friday night drinking fun? Because if it's something you've done for so long, for so often, well, what's new about it? What's new? So, and it's also difficult if this is what everyone around you is doing. It seems very normal. It seems that this is just how life is. But there are other people who don't do that. So what do they do instead? Because that's a question this girl had in the book. What do people who don't drink do with their time? She couldn't fathom. But then she had to discover. She had to discover different things that are a possibility. And that's it, because there is, of course, a lot of things that can be done. And we can learn, we can engage with the world, we can be curious, but it takes the decision to do things differently. If you've been doing everything the same way over and over and over, and yet this escape has not been fulfilling, the escape into alcohol has not provided any kind of solution from, other than the momentary forgetting. It hasn't done anything else. Forgetting the problems, forgetting whatever it is that's disturbing. So why not, first of all, engage with the issues head on? You might find that you're able to solve whatever it is that's making you unhappy. And that's what we do on this channel. We try to engage with life in a way that makes it much more enjoyable. Yeah. So that's all I have for you today. It's a topic to think about. The book is A Girl Walks Out of a Bar by Lisa Smith. Check it out if you like. I did find it very interesting. And again, Happy New Year. I wish you all the best in your new year. Bye-bye.